Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So since today is scheduled as your asynchronous schedule, we will be discussing about work. Okay, so when we say work, it's not the work that is you are tasked to do something and then you are generating money from it. So that's for adult. Work in the context of adult. So work in the context of students like you is you are tasked to do your activities. Okay, so that's work wherein you do something. So work in the context of physics is this one. So if you can see the barbell here, okay, the 50 kilograms barbell is lifted from this point to this point. So there is work. Tama. There is work. Okay. Dito naman, the man is exercising. So when we say work, it is using a force to move an object a distance. Okay, so when both a force and an object are in the same direction. So, saka mo lang daw masasabing may work if there is a distance covered or there is a displacement. Tama. So, work is done as long as there is a distance covered or there is a displacement covered. So, that is work. Okay, so we also have here the force. So you are pushing. So this girl is pushing the cart having a rock so to this direction. So the force is going in this direction. So this point, okay. So the cart was from this point and actually covered a distance from this point. Okay, so sa tingin nyo ba may work yan? Okay, of course, there is a work from that situation. Okay, because my distance covered. Tama. Okay, next. We have the next. Okay, wait lang. We have the next one. Okay, there. So, dito daw, let's go. Example, ito, lalagyan mo, ipupush mo dito sa direction na to. Tapos, ang direction ng motion din daw ay pupunta dito. Tama. So, ito, ipupush mo, pupush ng babae. And then, the direction of force is going here. So, the direction of the box is going here as well. So, is there a force? Yes, of course. So, here, the girl is carrying the backpack. So, there is force going up or going upwards kasi the girl has lifted the backpack. But then, the motion is going in this direction. So, is there a force? Of course, wala. Kasi nga, hindi sila pareho ng direction. Okay. So, here, the girl is lifting the grocery bag. So, the direction of the force is going up and the direction of the object or the direction of motion is going up as well. So, there is a force. Very good. So, here, the girl is carrying the grocery bag. So, the direction of the force is going up, but then the girl is walking, going to the right. So, the direction of the of motion is going on the right. Therefore, no work has been done. Okay. So, we also have this formula for the work. So, we have here force times the distance covered. So, if you can see here, the man here, okay, the man here is pushing a cube. So, nandito siya kanina. But a certain period of time, there is a distance covered. So, yung cube na nandito, napunta dito. So, that is the distance covered and we have an application of force. Now, to compute for work, we have here the formula W is equal to force times displacement. So, that's the formula for work. So we also have here work done at an angle. So in many situations, the force and the distance moved are not in the same direction. So they are also not perpendicular. Therefore, work is done at an angle as seen in the figure. So let's take a look at the figure. So the work done by constant force is defined as this one. So we are going to look at the formula. We have W is equal to force times the distance times the angle theta, or the cosine angle theta. So here, this is the cosine angle theta. Okay, there. We can also write it like this one. Work is equal to force times the cosine angle theta times the distance, where, okay, work is equal to, W is work, F is the force parallel to the displacement, FA is the force applied at an angle, D is the displacement, and angle theta, okay, this is angle theta, the angle between the force and the displacement. So let's take a look at this problem solving. So how much work do you do by pushing a sack of rice with a force of 100 newtons across a distance of 5 meters? So to analyze that problem, we need first to put the given. So first, we have the force. The given force is 100 newtons. And then the distance is 5 meters. So we have to find the work. Okay, so the solution should be like this. Your formula is W is equal to force times distance. So to get that, you need to multiply Newton, or the force, times the displacement, or the distance. So we have here 100 newtons times 50 meters is, okay, we have 500 Newton meters. So Newton meter is actually the so-called joule. So Newton meter is actually the so-called joule in physics. So the unit of work in physics is expressed in joules. Okay, so we have here the work is 500 Newton meter, or 500 joules. So let's take this problem solving number 2. So how much work is done by a student who lifts a 5 kilogram box to the vertical height of 1.5 meters? So to analyze that problem again, let's put the given. So the given is, we have a mass of 5 kilograms and we have a displacement of 1.5 meters. So that would be going up kasi vertical height. Okay? So we need to find for the work and then the solution. So if you can see, walang force dyan. Tama. But we can actually get the force by this formula. The force required to lift the box is equal to the weight of the box. So, which is the product of the mass and acceleration due to gravity. So we have here F is equal to mg, wherein m is the mass and g is the acceleration due to gravity, and the constant acceleration due to gravity is equal to 9.8 meters per second squared. Okay, so that is the acceleration due to gravity. So, therefore, work is equal to F times D. So we can just say that work is equal to mg times displacement. So we have there 5 kilograms times 9.8 meters per second times 1.5. So 5 times 9.8, that will give you into a 4.9 newtons. Bakit newtons? Because we have 5 kilograms, we have kilograms meters per second squared. And then, ita-times mo siya sa 1.5 meters. Okay, so ang makukuha natin, 73.5 Newton meter, or the so-called 74 joules. Bakit joules? Again, joules is the unit for work. Okay, so do you have any questions? Clarifications? So if you have any questions, just send me an email or comment down in your Google Classroom para masagot ko so that I can answer or address your question right away. So, that's all for the concept of work. Okay. So, we're done with work, and the next meeting we will be having the problem for power. Okay, so your assignment will be to look for other problem solvings about work, and then look for other problem solving about power as well. Okay, so that's it. Bye everyone. Bye bye. Okay.